Christian Bale, a man who doesn't just step into a role, he dissolves into it.
I'm Batman.
Every time he appears on screen, he feels less like an actor performing, and more like a force of nature dropping into whatever world the story demands.
Yeah, wartime presidents. Very popular.
From a narcissistic killer hiding behind a flawless mask, to a cold-blooded political mastermind, to the most aggressive, unshakable Batman ever put on film, to a broken fighter clawing for redemption. Anytime Bale commits to a role, something changes in the air. The set shifts, the energy sharpens, the other actors feel the pressure rise.
I know why you're afraid of doctors if you're a fucking psychopath!
Because Bale doesn't come to play a character.
He's gonna rebuild a character in a psychological way.
He arrives to become it entirely.
If you don't shut your fucking mouth, I will kill you.
No matter the cost, so today we ask the question, is Christian Bale from the elite? Or is he something even beyond that? American Psycho wasn't just a performance. It was Bale's declaration to Hollywood that he wasn't afraid to go deeper, darker, or stranger than anyone else.
Because I want to fit in.
To create Patrick Bateman, Bale built the character piece by piece. He studied the physicality of narcissists.
Yes, I know it's a little late, but is it possible to reserve a table for 2 at 8 or 8:30, perhaps?
The perfectly controlled smile, the symmetrical expressions, the almost mannequin-like movements. He practiced Bateman's morning routine monologue until it became stiff, precise, and unnatural. Exactly like a man whose entire personality is artificial. He based the character partly on Tom Cruise, specifically describing Cruise's intense friendliness with nothing behind the eyes. That detail became the anchor for Bateman's unsettling emptiness. On set, Bale stayed in Bateman's eerily polite persona, speaking with a calmness so unnatural that some crew members avoided him.
The whole time you're sort of just self-obsessed.
Behind the scenes, things got even more psychological. Director Mary Harron had Willem Dafoe play the detective in 3 emotional modes: suspicious, unsure, and completely oblivious.
You feel like that?
Bale had to subtly shift his reactions each time, creating an atmosphere where even he couldn't be fully sure what was real.
Someone else there, I can't remember, maybe a model.
It blurred the line between truth and Bateman's delusions,
I killed Paul Allen.
adding to the film's legendary ambiguity. This was Bale's first major signal.
You're a fucking ugly bitch.
He wasn't here to perform. He was here to transform. Years later, Bale returned with another shocking reinvention: Dick Cheney in Vice.
Hey, hello, Dick.
Hello, George.
This wasn't cosmetic. This wasn't a movie makeover.
We can make this work.
Bale gained over 20 kilograms, reshaped his posture, thickened his neck, and changed the way he walked until he looked like a completely different species. He shaved his head, bleached his eyebrows, and studied Cheney's speech patterns for months.
The entire administration will run off the RNC's private server.
The slow, careful breathing,
Fluid. I strongly recommend you stay in the air.
the minimal head movement, the controlled monotone.
Olivia Lynn.
Bale absorbed it all until Hezound Duncanally identical. Behind the scenes, the transformation was brutal. He trained himself to shift his center of gravity to match Cheney's specific way of standing.
COG, Continuity of Government.
He learned how Cheney subtly held his arms, how he rested his hands, how he blinked less than the average person.
Much as I can to come at it from a positive point of view.
These micro details made the character feel real, even before he opened his mouth. The makeup team spent nearly 4 hours every morning building Bale into Cheney, and director Adam McKay said once the transformation was complete, it wasn't Bale anymore. It was Cheney sitting in the chair.
And if I heard Christian Bale was playing Dick Cheney, I would go see that movie.
Crew members often forgot they were speaking to an actor. Then came the role that didn't just define a trilogy, it redefined superhero cinema itself. Bale's Batman was aggressive, grounded, and emotionally volcanic.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
To build Bruce Wayne, Bale explored trauma, discipline, Andreage. To build Batman, he trained in multiple martial arts, Wing Chun, Kisi, Jeet Kune Do, to create a brutal, efficient fighting style that felt like a real urban warrior. He bulked up rapidly for Batman Begins, gaining so much muscle that Christopher Nolan told him toe stop or look too big to be a ninja.
And focus that Bruce Wayne's going to require to transform himself into Batman.
When he first put on the Batsuit, he could barely breathe. Instead of complaining, he used that claustrophobic pressure to fuel Batman's explosive intensity.
Where are you?
His iconic Batman voice began as an improvised experiment during early tests.
I swear to God. Swear to me!
Nolan encouraged him to push it, and Bale developed the animalistic growl that became instantly recognizable.
The Batman. Taste of your own medicine, Doctor.
Behind the scenes, Bale's chemistry with Heath Ledger was legendary.
And why do you want to kill me?
In the interrogation scene, Bale went Allen, slamming Ledger around, shouting with real fury, while Ledger absorbed the energy and threw it back with chaotic brilliance.
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you?
Nolan barely had to direct. The scene shaped itself through raw, committed performance. Bale didn't just play Batman. He made Batman feel like a creature built from trauma and fury. Then came one of Bale's most disturbing transformations, Trevor Resnick in The Machinist.
I'm Elvis Presley.
This wasn't just weight loss. This was Bale pushing his body into a state few actors would dare approach.
I'm not in that photo.
He dropped over 55 kilograms, reducing himself to a skeletal frame that looked barely alive. His ribs showed through every shirt, his eyes sunk deep into his skull, and his movements became fragile and ghost-like. But the physical change was only the beginning. Bale studied severe insomnia and built Trevor Resnick around the mental fog of a man who hasn't had real sleep in a year.
I'm Ivan.
The slow blinking, the delayed reactions.
See, Reynolds is back at work.
The drifting gaze of someone whose mind keeps slipping into hallucination. Bale wove all of that into the character's every gesture. His voice became thin.
Let's have a laugh on Trevor! Zelina!
His posture collapsed inward, and he carried a constant tension in his limbs as if his body was ready to give out at any moment.
Fuck you, Miller!
Behind the scenes, the transformation was still shocking.
I didn't eat. That was it.
Even without theatrics. Crew members said Bale looked so thin that just watching him move felt uncomfortable. Some worried for his health, and others avoided commenting because the change was overwhelming. But Bale kept his focus quiet, steady, and controlled.
I need some help here!
Staying in Resnick's withdrawn state so he wouldn't break the fragile illusion he'd built. Despite the extreme physical strain, he delivered a performance filled with paranoia, guilt, and emotional unraveling. What could have been simple shock value became a haunting portrait of a man consumed by the weight of his own conscience. The Machinist wasn't just another transformation that it was Bale disappearing into a character until almost nothing was left. So, is Christian Bale from the elite Let's look at the evidence. He transforms his body at will, gaining, losing, reshaping. He studies characters with obsessive detail, voice,
I have to say,
posture, breathing, psychology. He elevates every actor around him. He pushes directors, challenges scenes, and turns every performance into something unforgettable. Christian Bale isn't just part of the elite.
All the way towards him, I had a big beard and long hair, and he didn't even recognize me, and I kind of went, oh my God, you look like Grizzly Adams.
He is the blueprint for the elite. Transformation machine. A shapeshifter. A cinematic force. If you like this deep dive, hit that like button, because there's a lot more where this came from.